Hey Roosters, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be we won't be playing a thing. We're going to be unboxing the Mortal Kombat X UFS, or Universal Fighting System, Sub-Zero versus Scorpion 2-player turbo box. And if you don't know what turbo means, it's this box does not come with two fully playable tournament-ready decks, but you can use these two 40 card decks that come in the box to learn how to play if you're a new player, or like just bolster your collection if you already like have a bunch of cards and you just want some more, because they're not full decks but they are very close to it, and it gives you two very cool characters. I know this is an old set, yeah. I know this came out maybe 2 years ago. If I can find the trademark on this bad boy. No, I actually won't waste my time with that. But anyway, I know it came out 2 years ago, so yes, it's an older thing, older product. But I figure since I have it, I might as well unbox it. So let's dig right in. With the wrapper gone, we can take a look around the box, and let's just take a look at what it looks like some of the things they have on the box. Okay, first off, we have UFS, Mortal Kombat, and Sub-Zero versus Scorpion, 2-player turbo box collectible card game. Nice. Mortal Kombat X on the side. We have that there. We have I think that's Sub-Zero, and you have the rest of Scorpion there. The top of the box doesn't really say anything. The bottom of the box, on the other hand, says pretty much less, but you can't see. Hope it focuses for me. 2018 Jasco games, all rights reserved, copyrighted. So yeah, came out about 2 years ago, and let's just say I did have it and I did want to unbox it. Okay, on the very back is where you see a lot more stuff. You see some of the cards. That's the Sub-Zero card. Take a look at it later. The Scorpion card, and we'll take in here some of their attacks and foundations. There a whole it gets into the story of Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna skip that. This turbo box contains 41 card turbo decks and 2 random ultra rare cards from the Mortal Kombat X collectible card game. 84 cards in total. Use these decks as a building block in your training and goodness, why can't I learn to read? And take another step towards becoming the ultimate fighter. Alright, so yeah, it's not complete decks, not 60 card decks, but are 40 card decks, and they are very nice for new players, which is, I'm pretty sure what they meant by the whole, where is it? Use these decks as a building block in your training. Wait, no, that doesn't really mean that. Okay, but the point is, yeah, they are good for new players, and let's crack into it. Okay, so inside the box, you get 2 decks. One of them being the Sub-Zero deck, nice and foil. Goodness, that looks great. Hope the glare can get out of the way. Yeah, you can read his ability there. Maybe I'll read it later. But anyway, you get the Sub-Zero deck. And then you also get, of course, the Scorpion deck. Looks just as great. We used these 2 decks in a battle video, though we did add 20 extra cards to them to make them full playable decks. So we didn't leave them as the turbo decks in the battle video. Maybe we'll do another video with just the turbo decks. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But if you want to, you can go check that video out. I'll have an eye in the card, link in the description, all that good stuff. Wow, this is so great. Look at this. Oh, okay. It's not as perfect anymore. Okay, case in point, you get some other stuff inside the box. First off, you get a rule book. Again, great for new players. If you're a new player, you probably need this. But you may also just watch our how to play the Microacademia collectible card game video, because that basically goes over the rules of Universus, which is basically just the UFS system. Combined with this rule book, you pretty much have everything you'll need to know to learn how to play. Then we have the good old quick keyword abilities found in these decks, which is very nice for them to do because, yes, keyword abilities are something that's hard for new players to learn, and there's quite a few of them. So, you know, having the keyword ability sort of written here on this little sheet for the keywords in this deck is only useful if you're a new player, but for, you know, veterans such as ourselves, we don't need this. It comes with 2 playmats, which is nice, usually, like, to give players a playmat, but usually most people don't use them. But, you know, it's always nice. Forgive me, really forgive me. I gotta do this with one hand. It's not easy, I'll admit. Okay, here we go. Playmat. Character goes here, momentum goes under him, deck, discard, your card pool, staging area. Now these are, I don't know how big they are, I don't know how they'll fare in an actual game, because if you've ever played Universus, if you've ever played the UFS system, you get a lot of foundations, and I bought the Proto Man 10 and the Mega Man 10, right? And let's just say that their foundation space on their tiny little playmats is just insufficient. Like, the playmat is just too small. I mean, to even theoretically be used. I mean, I didn't even attempt to use it. But this one, maybe you could use it, maybe you can't. Again, the foundation area, it's not 100% as much as you would like, because foundations just stack up a lot and really quickly. So maybe we'll see. I'll take a look at it later. We'll see how many foundations it can theoretically hold before it's just too much. On the back is a cool Sub-Zero poster, which is very nice, because if you don't use a playmat, then you could just stick this up on your wall, and that'll be that. There's also another one, which I have to only assume is a Scorpion poster at the very back, which I guess I'll show you because I have it. We got there, boys. Here it is. Scorpion poster. Okay, here we got the Scorpion deck. Okay, let's take a look at the Scorpion character individually. We have Scorpion himself. He's a 6 difficulty to play when he's in your deck, mind you, not when you're playing him as a character. But you can put character cards in your deck if you want to, other than playing them as the character of your deck. So this is when he's in your deck. He'll have a 6 difficulty to play, a mid-0 block, and 6 control, which is decent. Like, I mean, well, the block and the control are good. The difficulty is, you know, it's pretty difficult to hit in most cases. Most people don't have a bunch of 6 in their decks to hit without any problems. But all in all, you know, it's a character card. Most of them have this 6-0-6 stat line. So, I mean, like, it's not like I'm like, well, this is too bad, or wow, this is amazing. But, you know, I mean, every character pretty much has it. Okay, other than that, he has 6 hand size. The glare is really messing this up. But yeah, he has 6 hand size and 28 health. His resource symbols are death, evil, and fire. And we might as well read out his enhances. He's a male, depending on what, like, that might mean something, it might mean absolutely nothing. It really depends. There are some cards that interact with the gender of the character, but, you know, not too many. We have the enhance, lose 2 vitality. If your attack is blocked, your opponent loses 2 vitality. That's pretty good. Vitality is basically your health for anybody who doesn't know. And then he has an E, lose 1 vitality. This attack gets +2 attack or -2 speed. Don't listen to that. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed. So you would use this on your turn to buff your speed, or on your opponent's turn to hinder it, which is a pretty good enhance because it can buff and minus speed, which not every character really has access to. And he has a Desperation E, like basically when he's at half health, which is 14, I believe, for this character. Your Desperation attack with basically cards with Desperation in one of its keywords gets +6 damage. So, maybe if you don't know, maybe you're a new player, 6 damage +6 damage off of 1 enhance is quite a fair bit with no other requirement other than that he has to be at half health. So yes, this card is definitely great for, you know, making those late game comebacks, which is really kind of his whole thing. He kind of makes himself in a bad position to make the comeback, but really he put himself there. So how much of his comeback is it really, or is he pulling the strings the whole time? Or really pulling the chains because he's Scorpion. Anyway, okay, we'll get into the rest of his deck. We got a card, We got from from HE double hockey sticks. No, yeah. So we got this card here. 6 difficulty. A 2 high. Not mid. A 2 high is the block modifier. Kind of hard to see with the glare. You might not be able to tell what color it is, but you know it's high. We have a 3 high speed, 6 damage, 3 control. It obviously shares all the resource symbols with Scorpion. It's a charge and a desperation. And it's an EX and a Fury. I'm not going to read all these cards out because, you know, it might take just literally forever. No, nothing short of it. But, you know, there's the foil card that the character comes with. I'll read this one's enhanced, but I don't think I'm going to read any other enhances. Enhances attack. If this attack is not blocked, destroy one of your opponent's foundations and they lose X vitality. X equals the printed control of the destroyed foundation. So yeah, your opponent probably is going to want to block this, and because it's a 3 speed, unless you buff it, it's not going to be too hard to do. So I think you should I think the whole point of this is try to buff it up in speed wise, because it's a 6 damage attack. It has EX3, which can be used to buff up speed. And, you know, you don't want them to block it, really, because you get to destroy one of their foundations, and they lose health, which is basically taking damage after you destroyed one of their foundations. So it's definitely a strong effect if they're not able to block the attack. So usually you might want to try to stop them from blocking it, because the effect might just be worth it, depending on how the game is. Alright, now let's get into the rest of his deck. Let's look at the cards that come inside of Scorpion's deck. Now, forgive me, they're sort of all jumbled up here, but let's take a look at them. We have Flameport. You get 3 copies of this in the deck. I want to go down everything it does and what it's about, but you know, that would take me no short of forever. Though I did ramble, you saw how long it took me to go through just the character in that one signature card. Though yeah, I did ramble a little bit, so I can take some fault for that one. You also get 3 takedowns. Did I say takedowns or did I say flame port? Sometimes I forget. We got 3 flame ports as well as 3 takedowns. Alright. It also comes with 2 Doom Blades. You can take a look at the art there. Maybe pause and read the card if you wish. Okay. 2 Flame Aura. I really like that art. It's the art on the poster, if you remember. We have 2 Minion Grab, which is an ally attack. I mean, I don't know why I decided to mention that. I just thought it was weird. When I first saw this card, I didn't know what it meant to be an ally attack, but it really is just a keyword. It doesn't really do anything gameplay-wise unless some other card mentions it in some way. A Minion Grab. And then we got, of course, maybe the most iconic, I wouldn't say Scorpion's signature move, but maybe his most iconic move, his classic, get over here. You know, yeah, you know, if you know Mortal Kombat, you probably know get over here, come on. So obviously they made it into a card, and again, I won't read it, but yeah, you got Scorpion pulling somebody towards him, probably to then continue to burn them into the sky or something, I don't know. But yeah, those are all his attacks. Okay, so now let's get into the foundations that this deck comes with. He gets like a unique foundation here. Blasted Shiryu. I don't wanna, you know, I'm really particular about pronunciations, and I'm not 100% sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. Shiryu, I think. Don't want to, you know. Anyway, the point is, you got his wife, I believe, frozen to death by Sub-Zero. You got his head decapitated by Sub-Zero, presumably. I'm presuming that Sub-Zero's hand holding it. You got 2 difficulty. I'll go through this card. 1 low and a 6 check. It's unique, which means you can only have one of it in play at a time. And as while this card is ready, your desperation attacks get +1 damage. While this card is committed, your opponent's attacks get -1 damage. So it is unique, so you can only have one of these, but it's still nothing to sneeze at. It's still a great card. For the stats alone, 1 block, a 2 check, and a 6 control. A 2 difficulty and a 6 check is just strictly great to be in your deck. But when you play this card, you basically get most of your desperation attacks get +1 attack, which +1 damage. which is just, it's always active. It can't be turned off unless you commit the card, which you might do at the end of your turn, say. And then your opponent gets -1 damage until your turn starts, which you can get +1 damage attack, +1 damage again. Strictly just a great card overall for anybody who's playing Desperation. But even the fact that when it's committed, your opponent's attacks get -1 damage might just make it a strictly good card for a lot of people in a lot of cases. But then again, I'm not exactly too much. I'm not at all into competitive scene in Universus, so, or UFS. So I mean, like, maybe you should. The point is, maybe it's not as great as I think it is. We got another unique foil card, 3 difficulty, a 1 block mid, 6 check, Undying Rage. It's a foundation, unique. Means you only have 1 of it. Commit if the top card of your discard pile is Desperation or Fury, add it to your hand. And Scorpion, which means only Scorpion can use this enhance. Discard 1 momentum, gain 2 vitality, playable while committed. I think this is pretty good for Scorpion, all things considered, because you're killing yourself a lot, and sometimes you might get a little too behind, more than you would like. Maybe you want to just get to half, and then you kind of want to do your best to stay there. Then at this point, or then they knock you down to 10 health or something, you can use this to heal yourself up a little bit and try to stay alive still. Because even though you want to activate the Desperation abilities, you don't want to die, because, you know, that would lose you the game. But other than that, you got some other foundations that are Scorpion themed. You got 3 Entrusted Protector. I want to say I know what this is about, but I have no idea. I guess somebody's entrusting Scorpion to protect somebody. It's a little kid, I'm guessing. There, got Entrusted Protector. Again, I'm not going to read most of the cards. You have 3 copies of Strict Mentor. There. Read the ability if you wish. Moving on. 4 copies, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I can do math. 4 copies of Debt to be Paid. It's him and Sub-Zero, I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing. That might not be Sub-Zero. I take that back. But I don't really know. I've never really seen either of them without their masks on. So it might be them, might not be. It's Foundation. We have, over here, we have Conquering His Inner Demons. Foundation. Another Sub-Zero card. It's Sub-Zero punching Sub-Zero, I believe. You'd be like, you know, in Mortal Kombat, you can play characters against themselves. So maybe that's sort of what it's alluring to, or maybe there's some story thing, something story-wise that I'm not exactly in the loop about. You got a classic right here. I love that this has a card, Toasty, or rather, how does the guy say it in the video games? It's a weird way the guy says it, like, he has like a high pitch. I don't want to embarrass myself, though I already did saying get over here, so I might as well give up at this point. But, yeah, you got Toasty. I don't exactly remember how it was said, and it's a waste of embarrassing yourself if you're not going to do it right. What else do we have here? We have, I wonder if I can just say it anyway. It's a HE double hockey stick. That sounds so stupid. Anyway, you got a good old L Spawn Spectre. I'm not sure if it's okay to say it on YouTube. Yeah, here we go. And you also have, give me a second. You also have Thirst for Retribution. A good old Scorpion card again as a foundation. Read the ability if you like. I'm not sure if I showed you every ability to read. I hope I did. I'm just really not trying to take too long in this unboxing video because it's already a billion minutes, and partially it's my fault, partially there's quite a fair bit to go through despite there's not much to go through. And then you also have 2 copies of Blood for Blood. This is him killing somebody. I'm guessing somebody who killed somebody he knew or something like that because it's Blood for Blood. Getting a little bit of that sweet revenge. Nice. Yeah, that's the deck right there. You got the Scorpion deck, and then of course every deck when you buy this comes with a random ultra rare from the actual set itself. So now let's take a quick look at the ultra rare we got. Sand Grenade. It has the AR Chaos Order symbols. Don't know who this is on it. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It looks like Kung Lao almost, if I'm not an idiot. 5 difficulty, 1 low, 4 speed, 5 damage, 4 speed low if you didn't know, 2 check, which is low technically for attacks. Most of them have 3 checks, but it's very common on attacks still. So I mean, it's not something you've never seen before. Powerful 2, ranged, and tech. Don't know what. Never seen the tech keyword before. That's a new one for me. I don't think it does anything. So I mean, like, yeah. E. This attack gets +1 to its powerful rating for each of your opponent's committed foundations. As a deadlock E, which you're in deadlock, you can only use this when your opponent has at least 10 foundations. And when you're in a deadlock, commit 2 of your opponent's foundations. So if they get a bunch of foundations out, then I guess this enhance is good for trying to slow them down, I guess. I'm not really sure if this card is 100% great, but maybe the character has a lot of things that can commit your opponent's foundations. So maybe that's why that's there. Maybe it gets a little better when you have other cards like it. But though getting +1 to the powerful rating, actually I take it back. Getting +1 to the powerful rating for each of your opponent's committed foundations is actually pretty decent. Because usually your opponent will come into your turn with a couple, at least like 5 committed foundations. And getting +5 to the powerful rating, which I believe is how that works. Yeah, I think getting +5 to the powerful rating. And remember, you don't have to pay 1 momentum for each powerful rating that you want to use. You just pay 1 to get it all. And then you could pay multiple to get it all. So if you get +5, for example, that's 7 powerful spin of momentum +7 damage. And if you have multiple momentum, +14, +21, yeah, I maybe it is pretty good. But anyway, let's get into the Scorpion deck. Okay, boys, we're back again, and we're going to take a look at Scorpion. No! We already looked at Scorpion. We're looking at Sub-Zero now, so my whole thing doesn't work anymore. Alright, Sub-Zero, again, same stats as Scorpion, male, 628. It has Order, he has Order, Void, and Water. And he has an ability E. Your stun attack is +2 damage. If this attack is blocked, if it's blocked, then your opponent discards a card. I believe Sub-Zero is sort of like a control-y deck, and Scorpion's more of an aggro deck. So I think that sort of fits. E. Your attack, flip 1 foundation, sale 1 of your opponent's assets or foundations, and commit it. Again, control-y. Sale, basically they just explain what Sale is. A card that is Sale loses all its abilities and cannot gain the abilities until the end of the turn. So yeah, you turn and shut off their abilities for a turn, which is controlling. Here's his signature cards he comes with. I mean, the foil cards, I guess, not really signature, truthfully. He has 2 difficulty, 5 check, retreated to Arctica. Not Antarctica, not the Arctic, Arctica, if you don't know what that is. Order, Void, and Water symbol. Wait, no, that's, of course, it has Sub-Zero symbols. It's unique. Yeah, you can only have 1 of these in play. E-Destroy, before the damage step, this attack has 3 or more keywords. Reduce its damage to 0, which, depending on the character you're playing against, might be, like, you might be able to get off this effect on almost any one of their attacks you choose. And some characters don't play too many fake keywords on their attacks. And, like, it needs 3 or more keywords. Most attacks don't have that many. I'll be honest. Most attacks have 1 or 2. But some characters, well, you'll be able to get this off almost on any of their attacks and destroy it to reduce their huge attack to 0. Though they probably won't pump an attack if they know you could destroy it. But really, them not pumping the attack is a way to win because you're slowing down their gameplay because they are afraid of wasting damage. It depends. You know, you get into a little strategy in the gameplay. Next up is Resurrected Revenant. Don't know what that means. 3 difficulty, 2 block low, 4 check, unique. E commit, sale 1 of your characters, add 1 foundation from your discard pile to your hand. You can resurrect 1 of your foundations. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. You also have a Deep Freeze. Oh, yeah, like you see, like Sub-Zero absolutely obliterating Scorpion's gut in this arc. 5 difficulty, 2 block mid, 2 block fire mid, low, not mid. Sorry, 2 block fire low, 3 check. It's Fury stun 2 and a weapon. 3 speed mid, 7 damage attack. E, discard 1 momentum, sail up to 3 of your opponent's foundations. This attack gets +1 to its stun rating. Yep, it's good. It's definitely something. It's definitely good, yeah. You can get rid of a momentum to sail 3 of their foundations and then stun them for 2. Yeah. The only problem with that is that if you stun after you sail the foundations, they're most likely going to commit their sailed foundations off the stun effect. So it's not as great as it could be, but it's definitely pretty decent. Definitely pretty good. Alright, let's get into the rest of the Sub-Zero cards. For the attacks, we have Ice Clone. Read the effect if you wish. If you don't, then don't. We have Icy Slide. Ice Ball. We have a Barrier Frost. We have a Frost Hammer. We have a Destruction of the Cyber Lin Kuei. Yeah, I don't know. But I think that's how you say it. We got Freezing the City. Quest for Vengeance. Left to Die. I think somebody left him to die. Don't know who. Don't know when. And I'll be honest, Sub-Zero. I hate to be rude, but don't care. Okay. Lin Kuei Grandmaster. Lin Kuei. Don't know. Goodness. Something like that. I'm not sure. And then you got Cybermancer. What? Cryomancer's Descendant. She stole somebody's baby. He stole somebody stole somebody's babies, which ain't cool unless they're their babies and they're running away with them, in which case, that's fine. Mutual Respect. Him and Scorpion, I guess they're buds now. Maybe they got over the whole murdering each other's families thing. Then of course, Possessed by a Demon. Definitely looks possessed by something. Okay, and then that's the Sub-Zero deck. Now let's take a quick look at the Ultra Rare that he comes with. Sadistic Ways. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. That's what comes in the Turbo Box, pretty much. That's all that you get in the Turbo Box. Make sure to choose which one you like better and tell me in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe go and check out our battle video where we use a lot of cards from these Turbo Boxes. And we hope to see you guys in the next Universus video. See you later.